pushed the button. There you go. I've pushed the button.
Button pushed on Series 2, Episode 3 of Ladies Wot Pod. I can't get over Series 2. Arbitrarily decided because we couldn't cope with big numbers, but there we go. So here we are, Series 2, Episode 3. It's a rather miserable Monday. Is it windy where you are, Mrs. J? It sounds like four family favourites.
Yeah,
very breezy
on the
and a bit
fence.
rainy. But there we go. So, welcome to Ladies Wot Pod. I am Liz Saunders, currently chairman of the Saints Supporters Club and a Halo in Chief. I thought I'd mix it up there rather than Chief Halo in Chief. Thought it sounded a bit,
very grand.
At the moment, that could all change. There could be a military coup at any point, and I cease to be either of those, but we will see. And I live in South Northampton. That is not sunny today. In fact, it's a bit bleak. So, and I'm just a general all-round Saints rugby fanatic, and I follow Mrs. J around to training and stuff, which is quite entertaining. And you are Mrs. J.
I am Mrs. J. I'm Claire Jones. I'm one of the club photographers at the Saints, and I also look after Loughborough Lightning and Bedford Blues for my sins. I'm not in South Northamptonshire. I'm on the edge of the fens in Cambridgeshire, just north of Cambridge. And as we start, the sun's just come out. So there you go. Yeah, sun's just come out. So it has been a bit wet and windy here. Not as wet and windy as it is in the frozen north. Batten down everything. Even the Edinburgh Castle shut.
Is it?
Castle. Not only is the tattoo not on, they shut the castle. I have to say, as far as I'm concerned, the tattoo not being on is fine by me. I am scarred by that tattoo, thanks to my father's. As an RAF brat, I used to have to go and watch the rehearsals. They don't last 2 hours.
Oh, right. Okay.
4 hours watching.
I was going to say, what's the tattoo done to you?
4 hours. When they go, no, can we do that bit again? It's like, oh, please.
Yeah,
I can see why you. I must have been about 8 or 9. It's like, this is not fun anymore. It's not fun. Please stop. Yes, so the weather's actually quite cheery here now. So, yes. Yes, and a busy week. This week it's going to be very busy, but one thing and another. But last week was quite busy too.
I was going to say, well, last week was busy as well for different reasons for you, wasn't it? So shall we discuss? Where should we start with last week? Let's go. Let's get Gold Kit done, dusted, and out of the way. So the home kit was announced a couple of weeks ago, and most people are going, yes, it's okay, it's quite nice. Yeah. It's mainly people have approved of it. The away kit was launched last week. I've been told to think crunchy bars, and I can see why. It is very Cadbury's marketing, isn't it? Very Cadbury's because of the purple flashes as well. It's like it's different. It might grow on me, but it's not the worst we've ever had. We don't think, do we?
No. Shall I? Just in case, I'll put the advert. Hold on. Let me. For those of you on Spotify, I'll put it up. So we're talking with something. Here we go. There it is. It's yes. It's very old, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm just finding the photographs of the players strange. I mean, Curtis looks like he wants to be anywhere else.
Well,
and Henry, I know Henry's young, but he only looks about 12 there. What is going on?
They've gone very dark around the eyes. It's like, did they get the eyeliner out and go a bit mad? I mean, seriously, what's going on here? No.
Don't know.
Yes. Well, I quite like the kit. Obviously, we were bound to go purple with the sponsor that we have, but I do like the fact that now we're using the new crest as part of the
part of the weave,
part of the gig. I mean, it's now it's here we go. Anyway. This doesn't look good. I think that's like there's a strange thing going on. But
I was going to say, it looks like somebody spilled something already, which is quite possible given the people involved.
Cameras over here, love. So yes, but I like the fact that they are using the branding. So it is. Yeah, it is. It's fine. And as
I think it's nice that the purple ties in with lightning as well, even though it's cinch, but it still is a nod, you feel, to lightning too.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it joins up very nicely. But yes, so they've been sort of yes. I think the photography is very odd. A bit heavy on the eyes. They've gone a bit Dusty Springfield on us.
Do you think they were going for the mean and moody look?
I think they might be. Yeah.
Which is probably okay if you don't know the boys. Then they can probably get away with the mean and moody look. But the photograph I saw of Finn Smith, it was very much the sort of I'm only here because my mother told me to sort of look.
Seems a bit harsh on Jude.
Yeah. A school photo sort of look, bless him. But yeah.
Anyway, we were chatting beforehand because I was asked the question by the club, is this the first time we've had a yellow kit since 2005? And the answer is yes. I had to think about it and had to go through the photo archive. But then it meant that Dr. Jones and I had a discussion about kits we've hated. And I think Dr. Jones claimed that he liked both lime green kits. I have said to him, no, there's one you can't possibly have liked. And I think this photograph of... Oh, no, I've got the wrong one here. Let's get it right. Here we go. This photograph
that one.
of George scoring his debut try for the Saints at Exeter sums up the issue that we had with this particular kit. Nicknamed by one of my friends the Sunny Delight kit. Are they wearing it for a bet was his other question. Shocking, and not helped by Exeter. That
was definitely the battle of the highlighters.
It was.
There's even a couple of orange highlighted people in the background.
Yes, we got the full range of colours.
The full pack.
The full pack of highlighters were bought from Coleman's, as it still existed in those days. Yeah, so it's not a kit that I have particularly fond memories of. Actually, George managed to injure himself, which is why he's hopping out the frame. But it's not good. It's really not good. So actually, I think here we go. Let's have Paul Hill and Sam Dickinson. That's Paul's yelling in pain. Yes. So
having tool station emblazoned across your chest probably didn't help.
No, it didn't. No. So I think Dr. Jones is misremembering there. I don't think that was one of the highlights of our kits.
Well, it was a highlight, sort of.
It was a highlight in one sense, but it's
highlighter.
It's a bit of a low light when it comes to
taste.
So I think the away kit is fine. I think it's absolutely fine. Actually, there's one other team I remembered over the weekend that wore something very similar to our away kit, which is Bristol. Remember, Bristol had an old gold version before they became Bristol Bears.
Oh, good grief.
Yes, they had an old gold version, and they came to the Gardens in it. And slightly darker gold, but yes. Anyway, I think it's fine. So
I suppose those of us of a certain age might think of Torvill and Dean doing the Mac and Mabel routine, dressed like two Benson and Hedges boxes, I've heard it referred to.
God, I've forgotten about that.
On that note...
Yes.
Shall we move on? What else did we do last week? Things we did on our holidays.
The new warm-up top's very nice.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Hold on. I'll see if I can find it. Yes, in trying to, because Dr. Jones is very keen to get a new shirt this year. So he's been scouring the shop, and the shop will be pleased to hear. He hasn't made a decision yet, but
Well, it's early days.
it's early
Season
days.
hasn't
But
started.
I get the feeling that the warm up shirt might be in the running. So if I see that you can now get your here we go. Here's the warm up shirt. So if I share that with you.
Oh, that, yes, I like that. I think that's quite fetching.
So that one was being included in the mix. So I'm intrigued what he's going to get, because he's decided he is going to get something. But
He's
what?
gonna go mad.
Yeah, he's going to go mad. Yeah, he's going to go mad. So
no, that is impressive. I like that one. I think yeah, that sort of fabric in velvet would make a beautiful frock.
Might be a bit warm to warm up in.
Not to warm up in. I said a frock.
Claire would be coming to advice to you on how to keep them.
I wasn't thinking for them. I was thinking, end of season dinner. Just can't wear the same one again.
Oh, I'm going to write that in the synopsis. Velvet warm-up tops. Right, yeah.
Totally misrepresented.
Excellent.
I'll just remind you that I've got a blouse in the making here. It could still go horribly wrong.
Oh God.
I'm making her an outfit for a wedding, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yes, Miss J's wedding.
Some of it's done, and some of it isn't. So.
I won't be calling her Miss J soon.
No.
Yes, it's her wedding soon. Now, talking of Dr. T, can I give my apology now? Because I was bad.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
Get out of the way. So, Dr. T did walking rugby, not this weekend. I'll explain why in a minute. But last weekend, and he came home very excited. So excited. It's amazing that I did forget, because he scored a hat-trick. And more importantly, he didn't run backwards for any of them.
Oh. And actually, the week before, I've just realised we didn't mention walking rugby at all.
No.
And the other half of the IT department, I wasn't there. I'd gone shopping. I was doing something else anyway. And he scored 2 tries as well. So
huge apologies to the IT department. Yes.
But get your own pod if you're that bothered. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Sadly, Dr. T didn't do walking rugby this week because his knees haven't quite recovered from the previous weeks.
Well, we walking rugby at Saints is in abeyance for a couple of weeks because of all the Stowe residentials, so that will be back in a couple of weeks or next week or wherever we are. I don't know. It's summer holidays. I'm on childcare for some of it. I don't know what's happening. Just all over the shop.
Yes, lots of excited children being dragged around Cambridge at the moment.
Yeah. Talk about excited children. The squad went on a trip up north, didn't they? They went on a school trip.
Yes, they went on a school trip. So they had a few days away in the frozen north. But as I said to Radders, frozen north? Yeah, he looked at the sunshine. He said, "That's why my tan's always so good, Claire." I made no reference to sunbeds at all. Anyway,
no, because you're not that brave or stupid.
No. Yes, but Radders looked very happy up in the frozen north. Finn Brown and I exchanged, stories of being cold at Castle Park, but he reminded me that Chinner, again, because you witnessed him telling me, Chinner remains the low point in his career when it comes to cold, wet, muddy games, and it was shocking. They were clearly pleased to see him back because they included him in their social media, so that was rather lovely.
Nice.
Yes, so Saints were on a tour, I think is the only way I could describe it, but they didn't go very far. They stayed at some place and everybody went to them, with the exception of their trip to Castle Park, which is the home of Doncaster Knights. But before then, they trained with Castleford Tigers, who are in the Super League. Super League being the equivalent of the Gallagher Premiership, for those of you who don't watch rugby league.
The Prem, I think you need to refer
Gallagher
to
Prem, yeah, sorry. Super League had its own announcement last week. They're going back to 14 teams.
Oh.
Yes, Castleford are in a battle at the bottom of the table, so they're not really vying for the playoffs. But it seemed, I think the players enjoyed doing something quite different because with the Castleford lads. So well done to everybody there. And Radders, of course, would have been in his element. Yes, so we were at Doncaster. Saints fans who've been there before will remember the trip. Twice we went in our National Division 1 season. We went once for the Cup and once for the league game and won both times. And that was when many of us were introduced to cow pie for the first time. And I've been many times since, not with the Saints, but of course with Bedford Blues.
Of course, yes.
And the cow pie these days is back to standard. It had a bit of a dip, but now we're back to standard. Yeah, it had a bit of a dip,
good.
But we're back to standard now. So that's very good value for money, cow pie. But we weren't on the main pitch. No, the main pitch was being watered, which meant the crowd got wet quite a lot because they got their sprinklers on one side of the pitch, which were going round and round. So we were kept cool.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it was
a bit like being misted.
We were misted regularly. Yes, so both teams, the backs and the forwards, trained together. Jacko was very happy because he had more than enough for some scrums. So that was all well and good, and much a jolly time was had by all. And of course, Vesti and Radders with the backs, and Jake Sharp, of course, with the backs in midfield. And we did have a referee, Harry, the referee. Yes, because we had a sort of mini game, as they always do in these things, at the end. So a good time was had by all. We did have a few old friends there. I'll show more of that in a minute. But actually, the star of the show. Shall I show the star of the show?
Show the star of the show. Yeah.
Here we go. Here is the star of the show, George. So George with George. Now, Junior George was captivated by the whole thing. He absolutely had a ball, and he only had eyes for one man. Yes, the Ginger Ninja. And George has George on the back of his shirt. So it actually says 15 George on the back of his shirt. And he explained very carefully to our George that he has the shorts and the socks. So, if he's needed for a game, he's sorted.
He's ready.
He's ready. He's ready to pull up. But in actual fact, at the moment, this is our George playing.
Oh, bless him.
But notice the facials.
Yeah.
Spotify, we're looking at a photo of young George, not our George. Those facials, Laura will recognise them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's astonishing, the likeness, isn't it?
Well, I have to say though, his limbs look like they're on the right way, though.
I'm quite pleased for him in that sense. I mean, it's bad enough that he's got the facials without going down the limbs route. Bless him.
Yeah.
Let's not, But George and his dad Paul were there, and we ought to say hello to Trina, who's now an avid listener of the pod, I'm told, and Libby. So we've got some new listeners out of it. But yes, so well done to George and George. It was a great time had by all. So anyway, I'll go back to the photograph of the two of them together. So it was a good afternoon. I would say that it was definitely worthwhile doing, but then I would say that because I had a good time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you somebody I showed you earlier who was also
did.
there, and I asked, "Do you recognise him?" And here he is.
And I did.
You did. You were good, weren't you? I'll just zoom in a bit. Oh,
That's not zooming in.
zooming in.
There he
Former
is.
director of rugby at Northampton Saints, Sir Ian McGeechan, who's recently announced that he's cancer-free, which is fantastic news.
Oh, that's really good.
And I believe he's on the board at Doncaster Knights, and he was watching very carefully what was going on. Douse informs me that it was the first time, last week was the first time that he'd been to Castle Park, either as he never went as a player, and it's the first time as a coach. It's not a ground he'd ever frequented. So, whereas, as I say, Saints supporters and Bedford supporters know it very well. Now, one thing, see, there's much. I was getting quite close to the action there. Did you notice? That's
very close.
That's a bit too close. Yes, Radders had them running straight at me. But you see, look at that. He's Jacko's
scrum.
He's got a scrum. He's in his element. Yeah, he's happy. A happy scrum coach. Even Douse looks quite
There's
happy.
the Man Mountain.
The
Man Mountain chucking perspective out the window.
Yeah, so it was a good day had by all. Now it was great to see, and look, there's the Ginger Ninja doing a bit of sprinting. Yeah, it was great to see that we had some of more returnees. One of whom, there he is.
Oh, Eduardo,
who was only doing some passing practice. He wasn't doing anything too strenuous, which I was quite glad at because he didn't just come back from his work with Italy. We forget how young he is, but we had the Sergeant Wilsons.
They look like they're holding hands.
Well, they were. So Ben Rhodes had them. Let's see if I can. There we go. They were doing the catching the tennis ball thing, and it was very competitive.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, it would be.
They were ultimately joined by Mr. Angry. There we go. Here is Ben Rhodes and his tennis racket.
Oh, yes.
I don't think we'll be seeing him at Wimbledon next year.
Oh, yes.
Yes, there is Ollie Slights there. Going back to George for a second. Now, George Jr., that is, was much taken when these two helped him with the recycling bin at the end to get rid of his dad's Guinness cup. So thank you to the Sergeant Wilsons, George and Dingers, for helping our young guest. And apparently he hasn't stopped talking about Thursday. So well done. And he's coming to a game. First match of the season, he's coming to Exeter.
Oh, brilliant.
But so he was a charming young man. I was delighted to meet him and his dad, Paul. And I'm hoping they come and say hello to us at the Gardens when we see them. So, and their story is an interesting one because the first game they saw at the Gardens was the Red Roses.
Yeah.
And because of the experience that they had at the Red Roses match, they came and saw a Saints game. And the rest is history, as they say. A young fan has been converted, and brilliant, utterly brilliant.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah. So well done.
So it was a good trip north. I got to see some mates who are coming to the pod. I'll talk more about the Royal Derngate, but they're coming, so that was great news.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really good, and it does seem that variety is the spice.
Yeah. Well, I think particularly this far out from the season, because it's such a long, even the pre-season friendlies aren't till September. Now, in the past, the pre-season friendlies would have been next week, and now it's not till September. To actually keep them focused, they've got to do something, haven't they? It's quite a mix, really. So
yeah, and of
good.
course now we can talk about when you've got one open training session.
Yes,
there's another one next Tuesday in the evening. I'll put the details in the pod below. So if people want to come along, you do need to book. It's free, as I understand it, but they just need to know numbers so they know stewarding and whatever. Yes, so it will be against Bedford Blues at Goldington Road. So well worth a visit, I think, by the sounds of it, from Ryan Robbins at the Blues. So brilliant.
I'll probably trottle along. Probably.
I think I might pop in. Yeah,
you might pop in.
Yes,
might give us some ammo for the pod, won't it?
Well, yes, I think we can do some of our Lis and Claire on tour. Yes,
I can have the thingy
exactly.
on the what's it?
Yes. Yeah, we can talk more about that in a minute.
Yeah. Whoa, how exciting!
Yeah. No, the GoPro and Liz are out. Yes, so that was Doncaster, and then
Donny.
We've had a lot of rugby, given it's the off season. I'm exhausted. Do you want to talk live?
Let's get it over and done with. Really. Well,
for those of you on Spotify, I'm pulling a funny face.
If I was going to say, I'm not so much underwhelmed as I think my whelm went missing completely. It was like, what is this? I was going to say the weather looked dreadful. I was going to say any raccoons there would have had a field day with all those ponchos. But the weather, the conditions looked dreadful, and the Lions played to the conditions dreadfully. It was just dull. Dull is, I think, the politest way of saying the Lions' performance. It was
WrestleMania in the rain.
Yeah, and I think that Andy Farrell's. I mean, what do I know? I'm sitting here in a little office in South Northamptonshire, and I've not been selected to be a coach for anywhere. However, I don't know what he was thinking. And why not? With the third test, the series was won. Chuck in people who've got a point to prove. Don't let the players had looked. I thought they'd looked tired in the second test. Chuck in some new blood who want to go out on a high and with a point to prove, but he didn't. Stuck with the same tried and tested. The only one he dropped, two he dropped, James Lowe and Ollie Chesham. They're the only changes. And James Lowe should have been before then anyway. But it was lackluster, and Jameson Gibson Park. I've been reading on various forums about how fast he is and his passing is. Well, why wasn't he doing that then on Saturday? When Mitch came on, it was quite evident how much more time Finn Russell had on the ball and how things were moving a bit faster in the 7 minutes he was allowed on, having been on the bench forever. Poor Mitch.
Poor Mitch. It was. I don't know what the game plan was, but frankly, it was turgid at best. And people have spent a lot of money to basically go and watch utter dross. I mean, really.
I did see a very funny Twitter bit from our Luther. You know, when in the lightning break, when they were all sitting on those Lions beanbags that looked rather jolly, and he'd put day 49 in the Big Brother house. I went, oh yes, that's exactly what it is, isn't it? That's exactly what it looks like. Well done, Luther.
Beanbags were a bit weird, weren't they? Anyway.
They were, but randomly they were around. All very strange. Very,
It
very
was very
strange. But
strange. It really was very strange. But it was a very, very, very poor. And I agree with
yeah,
you that he should have freshened things up. He could have, the series was won. He could have, gone for it and given a lot more to the guys who were desperate to play and desperate to do
yeah,
well. And
yeah.
that's what it needed against an Australia side who were quite sore. It would have been much
And
more interesting
desperate.
to see. Yeah, mind you, if you
Yeah.
played the same stodgy game plan, maybe not.
Well, that's very true. Would they have been allowed to? Anyway, it's done for another 4 years, so we'll
Well,
see.
yes,
We'll
there
see
were
what
one or
happens.
two complaints though, because they broke protocol.
Oh, apparently so.
They put a towel over the over the TV in the dressing room. Now, the TV company has paid the Lions and Australia to have those cameras in the dressing room. And sorry, everybody, that's the way it works these days.
Yeah.
We talked last week about the fact that they were one of the least accessible squads that there's ever been, and it really. We've talked to DR. Oh, DR was all over Saturday like a
Oh, I
rat.
saw him. I
Yes,
played
DR
my game of Spot DR.
the spot,
That made it.
spot Dave
That made it
Rodgers. Yeah,
fun.
that was good. Yeah, we played that one. That was the highlight as far as I'm concerned.
It was the highlight, very much so. Yeah.
Um, but when Dave talks about tours, and we're going way back when, they were all in it together, and the access, and in fact, it wasn't even called access. They were just all in it together. Now
Yeah.
it's highly regulated, highly controlled, and actually, I think it's lost its charm as a
Yes.
as a result, and
I
it's
think
hard
so.
work. Hard work as a working professional. So really, I think Saints have had to learn that lesson because previous regime it was not like that. I think now our team is rightly praised for accessibility, for because they are very approachable. But actually, it's the ethos of the club that we
Yes.
welcome members of the press, members of the media to the club and try and host them as best we can. I don't think the Lions are in that thinking. But interestingly, everybody put it down to it was a carryover for how Ireland currently behave.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it? Being as everybody. I
Yep.
mean, talk about what. Sorry, I will finish the sentence in a minute. Johnny Sexton, can you run past me how much coaching experience he has? Why was he there?
No idea.
To a comedian. He'll have been brought in to bring the crack, and no, he won't, will he? Because he's not even got that going for him. What? I mean, that's the sort of thing that just has people going.
Apparently, he was working as a kicking coach. He was working the.
If he's screwed over our Finn's kicking, which wouldn't bloody surprise me, then I'll kicking coach him, whatever that may mean. If ever he comes near me,
I'm sure Jake Sharp will straighten him out again. Him and Vesty will get Finn sorted if need be. Yes, there's some of the decision. There was a lot of quips about how brilliant England's backs performance was in Argentina versus how poor it was in the for the Lions, and who was the backs coach for the Lions.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. It's the attack coach. England's attack has been much more potent, and the Lions not so much so. Where is England's attack coach?
Oops. Yes. So I think well, we've got 4 years to build up to it again. But of course, after you'd said what you'd said about Miles Harrison last week, I listened to him in a whole new light of his hysteria.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. He was completely over the top.
Over the top, dial it down, mate.
Wheatley was going down I'm just going to sit in the corner and go down memory lane of what it was like when I was a player.
I don't know what he'd been smoking, but
it was very weird. Anyway, yes. So we've done the Lions. Thank God I can say. Well, for the Red Roses.
yes. Oh, can we just add? We mentioned Mitch and Fremo. They broke him, and I was not impressed. And let's hope he's not too broken.
Well, there was lots of photographs of him with things stuck up his nose. You know, when they put those little cleaner things up the nose, and his nose is sort of pointing in about two different directions at the same time. So I think he matches Mitch now, because I think Mitch has the same problem.
I was going to say, it's drawn by Picasso like Mitch. Then we love you, Mitch. You know we love you. But yeah.
So hopefully, not too badly concussed, and can be back with us very soon. So, but enjoy your holiday. Yes, all of you.
Yes,
you've earned it.
All of you have a good holiday wherever you're going.
Yeah.
And see you when you're back.
Yes, see you when you're back. So Red Roses. So in the build up, we're in the build up to the Women's World Cup. So as one season ended, 4 hours later, the new season internationally started. As Scotland and the Red Roses played in the case of Scotland, their second warm-up game, and in the case of the Red Roses, their first. So the Red Roses were playing Spain.
Yeah.
And yes, at Welford Road. And 5,000 people saw. I wasn't impressed, to be honest. I don't know what was going on there. I didn't go because I couldn't be bothered to schlep over to Welford Road. Great to see that Stu Vincent was one of the photographers over there.
Yes.
But I decided to sit on my sofa. I can't be doing. It's too pointy elbow. But we did have some huge successes amongst the Lightning players. Lily Ives Campion, a Ladies Wot Pod favourite. In fact, both of the two I'm going to mention are Ladies Wot Pod favourites. Lily scored her first try for England.
Yeah, well done, Lily. Brilliant.
Helena, I'm going to play. She's played in every position except scrum half in the back line for England. John
That's impressive.
He was worried she hadn't played right wing, so he played her on the right wing on Saturday, and she promptly scored a hat trick. And it wasn't. She had to work hard for at least really hard for two of the tries. Really, really fantastic performance. And then he thought, right, I'll mix it up now. I'll move her into the centres and I'll move her into fly half. So she was. I wouldn't have been surprised if she was pushing, Mo Hunt out the way and turning her hand at scrum half by the end. But yes, so it was a lot. 92.
It was a lot.
7.
Yeah.
Spanish
women are going to hate English women, aren't they?
Well, apparently their aim was to score a try, which they did, so well done them.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. But, so it was a lot to not very many, but it was a good match. Actually, Spain, with all these things, Spain, they didn't give in. They went, but it was, the skill levels were just different league for the Red Roses. So, well done to the team. And they're now off to France to play France in a ground for a team that's in Pro D2.
That's midway between Bordeaux and Po. I think was your description.
So I'm very jealous. And it's at a weird kick-off time of 8:10, which of course locally is 9:10. But there you go.
Very strange.
Scotland, on the other hand, were in Cork at the Virgin Media Stadium or something. And they lost to Ireland. They're having a bit of a rough time of it at the moment. Preparations for the World Cup are not going well.
No.
They've had all sorts of bother with contracts and their head coach announcing he's leaving. So it's not going well for Rachel Malcolm and her cohorts. Weirdly, they played Rachel at lock.
That's weird. She's not that tall.
No.
Well, she's tall compared with me, obviously. Isn't everybody? But she's not that tall.
Yeah, so that was a bit weird.
I'm just going to have a turn around and see. Excuse me, Jimmy. I suppose your
feet. Hello. She's having, for those of you on Spotify, she's having a rummage on her shelf. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I'm just looking because
She said whether this is
Rachel must
checking
be
how
on
tall
that
she is.
photograph.
Oh, the one of Daisy.
Yeah. And yeah, she doesn't stand out as being uber tall.
No.
Not like, I mean, Emily Scarrett's taller than she is.
Oh, a lot taller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot taller. Yeah. She wasn't playing lock for Scotland before anyone worries.
No, Emily Scarrett wasn't. No. That'd be weird.
However, the good news was Scotland's left wing, who's Loughborough Lightning's left wing, Lucia Scott, scored a try. And a lovely try it was too. But that really was the highlight in a disappointing loss. And also their hooker, it's one of their most Lana, I can't remember her surname. She was badly injured in the first half and had to be stretchered off. So good luck to her and with her recovery. Nice. But I don't think we'll be seeing her at the World Cup. So Scotland's having a bit of a rough time of it at the moment. Let's hope it all comes good. Sadly, so are our dear chums in the American team. I didn't watch this game at all. I think we had 5 players in the American team playing Canada. Canada are one of the strongest teams in women's rugby, and it was a bit of a. And I think it was the second match in a series. So yes, so a tough afternoon for some of our players playing.
Some of the Lightning players.
Yeah. So there you go. Unlike the under-18s and under-17s.
Yes.
Now, I'm a bit confused which were playing in Malvern, but it seems to have gone very well. Lots of
under-18s in Malvern, I think.
Yes, yeah. But then they kept making reference to under-17 XYZ, so I got a bit confused.
Well, I suspect because some of the under-18s are away with England, aren't they, on tours? So they may have had to draft some of the under-17s. And you know what it's like in that academy setup. As soon as they're good enough, they move them up.
Absolutely they do.
Yeah.
For those of you interested in watching the under-18s, there are actually some matches coming up in the next few weeks. And the club have published them on the website. I'm trying to work out whether... And they're going to be double headers, I'm told. So there'll be an under-17s game and an under-18s game. So there'll be 2 matches that you can watch. I believe that the next one is on Friday, the 15th of August, and it's on pitch 2 in the afternoon. So all the details on the club's website. I'm not sure I'll be going because that is the day of the Blackiston and also when Bedford Blues play Blackheath because it's Dean Adamson's testimonial game. So I'll be shooting that. So
yeah, I won't be there because we have all the family and all the sizes coming for the weekend. So yes, all our kids and grandkids all together. It's absolutely my favourite weekend of the year.
And you'll be exhausted at the end of it, but you'll love it.
Absolutely. I will be on my knees, but I won't care because I'll have had an absolutely fantastic time.
Excellent. So fixtures, we have the next set of fixtures are coming out on Wednesday, which is for Loughborough Lightning.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah.
So we will know who you are fixtures for the season. Who knows? But it's something I will need to go through to understand which ones I can hopefully do for the team. So
I think I've bought a season ticket again, but can't remember.
I think Dr. Jones has bought a season ticket. I think a lot of people are buying season tickets because they want to be seen to be, and rightly so, seen to be supporting them. But if the fixture gods don't get their act together, it's going to get harder and harder to justify spending any money. Because last year, Tim was actually working out, I think he went 3 or 4 games at most.
I was going to say, I think we went to 3.
Yeah. So they really do need to get that sort. I mean, it still works out at at 20 quid a ticket. So in terms of
less than that, yeah, and it's still good value for money.
But they really do need. They're not really. I don't think anybody cares. I think it's the problem. So, but they do need to sort it out.
Yeah.
Get it sorted.
Would be helpful. Would be helpful.
So,
yeah.
Next week's going to be busy as well.
Just on a quick aside, in Doncaster, you had a visitor from my.
Yes, the lovely Martin. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, the lovely Martin revealed a story. I'm not sure I've heard from you, Mrs. Saunders.
Which story's that?
It involves a boating trip. Well, I do know about the boating trip, and a certain captain of the boat ensuring that you got wet.
Apparently so. Apparently so. All I was aware of was being hit in the left ear by about 3 tons of water, and they reckoned that the captain. I had not upset this man. I don't know whether I reminded him of somebody or something. Apparently, they reckoned he'd line the boat up as we went under the falls to actually smack me in the face, and I was in a borrowed poncho. As if it hadn't been a bad enough day that a raccoon had stolen my poncho, I'd had to borrow a poncho, and just got soaked. Yes, yeah. I was not aware that there was malice aforethought in it, because I was just suddenly smacked in the face with water, which was no fun. My left ear.
Oh, harsh.
Yeah.
Yes. But we got you back, and you weren't stolen by a raccoon or drowned, so that was good.
No.
Yes.
No.
Martin was lovely, and one of your tour chums from Argentina. So it was lovely to meet you, Martin. Doncaster Knights supporter. In fact, it was lovely to meet all the Doncaster Knights supporters. How can I describe them? There were 3 gentlemen of a certain age who were watching the backs do the thing where they pass behind them. You know how they practice passing behind them a lot, and there was much discussion about why they were doing it. So I explained, you watch those flowing backs moves. Well, the person needs to be able to run onto the ball, and that's what they practice. They're making sure that the guy can run onto the ball, and they're like, oh yes, there's nothing more frustrating when they have to stop to catch the ball to then run. Yeah. And that's all part of the practice. So, but they were suitably impressed with some of the practice routines of the Saints. Shout out to Aidan Pugh.
Oh yes, poor Aidan. Poor Aidan got smooshed.
He got smooshed. So Tom Lockett made a break, and it was the very Tom Lockett. I'm in midfield. I'm going for it, but I'm looking for help. Yeah. Aidan was up on his left shoulder, and nice pass from Mr. Lockett, straight into the breadbasket. And one of the nasty Doncaster, we'll call them, the types, but
one of the nasty Knights.
Yeah, and at the night put the shoulder in. So Aidan went flying and ended up with a little egg on the side of his face. Very pleasant. But worse than that, I saw afterwards he came to show me his boots. Both of them ripped.
Torn asunder by a nasty Knight of Doncaster.
Nasty Knight of Doncaster. But he has bought some new ones, he assured me, the previous week. So all he has got, I said, you're going to need to get yourself a boot contract if you're going to go through them like that. But of course, that's what they all angle for. Yes. So poor Aidan's boots. I don't think we'll be seeing him again. They look like they've met their maker. I don't know whether Asics or Nike or whatever they were, but they're not going to grace the hallowed turf at the Gardens anymore.
Yeah.
Hey ho! Right. So this week we've got some exciting stuff going on this week, haven't we?
We have. We're going to go and do a recce ready for Ladies Wot Pod Live. Live, as if we're dead when we're doing it here. Could be. Could be a hologram.
Thank you to everybody who's said that they're coming. It's exciting.
There's going to be a few of us.
Yes, we're well into double figures now. So, a lot more than that. But no, we're really grateful to everybody who signed up to come along because, it's great. So we're doing a recce at the Royal Derngate because it's. Well, we'll find out when we meet the lovely Oscar, and
Yes.
And we're going to training.
Yes.
So I don't know whether we'll see more returnees. It's very exciting at the minute. Every week it's somebody new.
Somebody new turning up. Yeah,
somebody new turning up. So so we've got that, and it's all in preparation for. Stowe is happening, as you rightly said earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm heading over to Stowe on Thursday, where the squad will be doing their usual. I think it's the last day of one particular age group or something. Anyway, they're doing a squad training and signing session, which I'll be taking photographs. The lovely Ben Lawrence confirmed that they do need me at Stowe, so I shall be heading over there. And it's a lovely, lovely part of the world, except when it's
a beautiful setting.
Except when it's wet. 1 year, James Fitcher and I did it, and oh my God, we drowned. Everything was just soaked. It was awful. But usually the weather's pretty good, so I'm hoping that we'll have a good time. Last week was the girls. It was the Loughborough Lightning girls who were hosting. This week it's the boys. So.
And it was the Legends. Was it at the weekend? Was it the Legends?
Yes, the Legends and their trading cards. Have you seen the video of the trading cards?
I have, yes.
I was warned. Well, the club asked me if I minded them using photographs of former players for trading cards, and I said, no, fill your boots, whatever you need. And I was interested to see which ones they chose. They were fairly predictable, to be honest. Yes, and I believe there'll be more trading cards coming out later on. In fact, they alluded to it in the plans. The idea is so hopefully we get to see Finn break the card over his knee again.
Oh, please do. Or somebody else having a hissy fit.
As Freemo gets a mentality score of 99. Thanks to the bump on his head.
It's knocked some sense into him.
Well, quite, you see. So
I hope not. I hope not. It's far more fun without it.
Yes. So trading cards are us. But yes. So I was really pleased. Which ones I chose? Yeah, it should be good.
Looked like fun.
And that's all part. That's actually the community department behind that, rather than the commercial department. So good stuff. Right. Good. Well, I'm afraid the horses are going to have a short one again this week. So
sorry, horses. We're trying our best for you, but it's the summer.
It's the summer. Get out there and gamble in the fields.
Perhaps, horses, if you didn't make so much mess, it wouldn't take so long to muck you out. Just a thought. That it can't always be our fault.
No, that's true. Good thinking there, Mrs. Saunders. Good thinking. So, or the horses could help out.
Well, they could clear their own mess up, couldn't they?
They could clean their own mess up,
No.
I'm expecting somebody else to do it. No, that's not
right. Why would they do that? They're a horse. I'm sorry, that's what people are there for.
Yes. I'm busy doing other things. Yes.
I'm busy being frightened of plastic bags and...
Indeed, yes.
Lollies, loud noises, birds, anything, really. Yeah.
Yes, kids on electric scooters, which was what was happening around our way. Anyway.
Oof. Well, yeah. Well, we're all frightened of them, let's face it. You never know where they're going to go. So, anyway,
what are we doing out here? Who knows? But anyway.
So that is Series 2, Episode 3. It's a wrap, in the can, and all the other things. And we will, we'll reform, regroup. That's the word, we won't reform. We'll regroup next week sometime and catch up with whatever new gossip we've got.
New gossip, and we're going on tour again. Ladies Wot Pod, Episode 3, Series 2, done.